लगता नबी का गुलशन महका महका लगता है। याद नबी का गुलशन महका महका लगता है। याद नबी का गुलशन महका महका लगता है। महफिल में मौजूद है आका, महफिल में मौजूद है आका, ऐसा लगता है। महफिल में मौजूद है आका, ऐसा लगता है। महफिल में है आका, ऐसा लगता है। महफिल में मौजूद है आका, ऐसा लगता है। महफिल में आए हैं वो, 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 महफिल में आए हैं वो। महफिल में महफिल में आए हैं वो, 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 महफिल 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 आए हैं वो, महफिल में आए हैं वो, महफिल में मौजूद है आका, ऐसा लगता है। महफिल में मौजूद है आका, ऐसा लगता है। कितना मीठा मीठा लगता है। नाम में मोहम्मद मोहम्मद, 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 नाम में मोहम्मद। कितना मीठा मीठा लगता है, नाम है मोहम्मद कितना मीठा मीठा लगता है। प्यारे नबी का जिक्र भी हमको, प्यारे नबी का जिक्र भी हमको प्यारा लगता है। प्यारे नबी का जिक्र भी हमको प्यारा लगता है। लब पर नगमे सल्लल्लाह के, हाथों में कशको, लब पर नगमे सल्लल्लाह के, हाथों में कशको। देखो तो सरकार का मंगता, देखो तो सरकार का मंगता ऐसा लगता है। देखो तो सरकार का मंगता ऐसा लगता है। देखो तो सरकार का मंगता ऐसा लगता है। आंखों में माँ जाग का खजला सर का हटाता, आंखों में माँ जाग का खजला सर का हटाता। कैसे कहूँ कमली वाला, कैसे कहूँ कमली वाला हम जैसा लगता है। कैसे कहूँ कमली वाला हम जैसा लगता है। समगद मनि द सा सा नि द ग म रे नि रे सा 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 रे सा 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 रे सा 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 रे सा 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 रे 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 सा सा नि रे सा सा रे सा सा रे सा सा रे सा सा म रे सा नि रे म रे सा द म नि द म नि द सा। हमको दा 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 रे दा दा रे दा दा रे दा दा नी दा दा रे दा दा रे दा दा रे दा दा नी दा दा रे दा दा रे दा दा रे दा दा नी दा दा रे दा दा मग दा म नी द म रे सा मग दा म नी द म रे सा मग दा म नी द सा नी द म रे सा मग दा म नी द सा नी द म रे सा सा नी द म रे सा सा नी द म रे सा नी द म रे सा। कैसे कहूँ कमली वाला हम जैसा लगता है। गो सुख तब अब ताल कलंदर सबूम के मोहताज, गो सुख तब अब ताल कलंदर सबूम के मोहताज। मेरा दाता हर दाता का, मेरा दाता हर दाता का लगता है। मेरा दाता हर दाता का लगता है। नाम में मताजी कितना मीठा मीठा लगता है। नाम में मताजी कितना।
Welcome everyone. Thank you so much for waiting. I was waiting for everyone to join the program, and I see so many people today, and I'm so excited today actually to introduce one of the Sahaja who is joining from Lithuania. And this is the program as we always experience it, to listen the experience and of course to meditate together and enjoy the divine and feel the joy of the divine in our heart with atma to atma, with from the heart to heart. And of course, in the same time, when the guest yogi is joining to our program, always they share their beautiful experience, and we always learn, and we always get answer through to their experience, through to their answers. And today again we will have the same program but with a different Sahaja from Lithuania, and his name is Nira Kontrimas. He is Lithuanian, and he is a father and with the 3 children. He's an actor, and many Sajugis actually they know him from the Nirmala TV, and also he is a professor in the university. And I would like to welcome him. Nira, good morning. Jai Shri Mataji, Nira. Good morning.
Hello, Jai Shri Mataji. Jai Shri Mataji.
Nira. I hope you had a good sleep.
Yes, it's early morning. Not too early, but I had already my chai. I cannot start morning from the walking in the garden and chai cup. So everything is done, ready for meditation.
Very nice, very nice. So we are so excited to have you in our meeting, and thank you so much, really, for accepting our invitation. And early morning, you just get ready, and so for you it will be morning meditation. For us, will be evening meditation. In the side.
Yes.
And so we are ready for the meditation whenever you are ready. First we start with the meditation, and then so we will continue with the conversation. But of course, I forgot another guest, Sahaja, who is Sia already. Everyone knows her. Welcome, Sia.
Hi, hello everyone. Good morning and good evening.
Yes.
Sia, and thank you so much for accepting again our invitation. You are always big help for all of us for the meditation, and we always love to listen to your music. And
thank you.
Many of us in this program, everyone knows Sia. Sia is joining to our program from Texas, and so she will be helping for us during the meditation when we go to silence, and she will be helping to us into deep meditation with her music. And she will be playing violin, and also she will be playing piano with some pieces, and that she wrote it. And so I would like to hand over to right now to Nira for the meditation, and of course to Sia. Whenever you are ready, Nira, let's start.
Okay. So we can do meditation. So Jai Shri Mataji, everyone. Let's have a most comfortable position. Let's sit straight. If you see Shri Mataji's picture in your room, if you have some corner for the meditation, we can spend a little bit time just to witness, to watch with our eyes, to give full attention to our guru, our teacher of meditation, our mother. And before rising Kundalini and giving bandhan for ourselves, let's put our hands down. And doesn't matter which floor we are, how high we are, but if gravity of Earth works on us, it means that we are in the hands of Mother Earth, and we can really ask to take care of us, to clean us, to balance us. So inside of our attention, we can, everyone with our own words, ask Mother Earth, please take away all the tensions, all the worries, all the imbalances, all troubles around us, maybe in the same flat or house, maybe in relations. If there are some tensions, please take it out. Let's not push anything. Vibrations flows and it goes through our chakras, and just let's not interrupt with our thoughts. Okay, now we can start from Namaste. Just let's bow as possible, honest, as possible, open-hearted, to bow to our heart, to spirit, to divine energy, to Mother, to this earth, to all yogis who are meditating now. And let's rise Kundalini and give ourselves Bandhan. So let's open our hands. All fingers should be open. And let's focus on where is our attention, where is my attention. Let's not go into the future, and let's not think about the past. Let's find this moment. Now let's give all focus to our heart, left heart, like physical heart, to that place. And we can ask inside that, please, Mother Kundalini, connect us all who are meditating now, all realized souls, all who are focusing on you, please connect us all. Let us feel that we are sitting together in same vibrational level. Now, if it is possible, let's not use too much our imagination, but let's open our heart so that it should be bigger than physical heart, and these vibrations of heart should go around our, like so big that it should be covering all our chakras, all our subtle system, all the body should be in this aura of heart. So it is possible to feel, I felt a few times very strong, sometimes not so strong, but let's try to make it bigger, heart. Now we can try to make it even bigger without big imagination or something, but let's make it bigger that we can cover the place we live, all the people who lives around, area, maybe flat or house, or how it's possible to make it wider, much wider around us. And if you can, if it is happening smoothly, nicely, we can even make it bigger to cover the country, to cover the continent, the lands around with our heart vibrations. And now let's connect our heart to our Sahasrara. Two places connecting with each other with our attention only. Now let's keep attention only to Sahasrara, focusing here. If it is difficult to do, we can a little bit massage or touch with the finger that place physically, and then let's keep attention only in Sahasrara. We can check with our right hand, is there possibility to feel vibrations above our Sahasrara, like on top of Sahasrara? Just focusing on the feeling. Let's not imagine, but let's focus. You can change the hand. Okay. And a little bit, let's give attention to our Agya. Maybe because of this fight between Ukraine and Russia, it's a part of our planets, our like world's Agya. So maybe we can do influence and we can cool down, relax our Agyas, and in that way, this like divine Agya will relax also. So let's give a round with a hand like Bandhan for Agya. Keeping attention in Sahasrara, let's give vibrations to Agya. And when we do all together, maybe it will affect Agya of the world. Even if we have good attention and no thoughts, still we can work through our chakras on the chakras of the Virata of the world. Now let's keep attention to Sahasrara. Let's sit comfortable, straight, hands open. Can breathe in, breathe out, strongly, deeper. And let's go into this not doing anything meditation. And when Sia will feel, you can perform the music for us to meditate. Let's continue focusing on our hands, our feeling of vibrations, if it is there, on top of Sahasrara, on top of head. Now we can do Namaste. Let's express our feeling to our Mother Kundalini. Thank you for opportunity to meditate and to be connected. And let's rise Kundalini with hands fixing it 3 times. Let's give Bandhan for each chakra. 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 Let's give Band And let's finish with open eyes, and just in thoughtless, let's watch Shrimataji's picture if we have, like we started from that and we can finish with that. Just thoughtless watching our mother guru. And we can finish our meditation.
Thank you so much, Nira. It was so simple but so strong meditation. You know what I felt when you put our attention, our enlightened attention into whole world. I really felt my Sahasrara rising and my Kundalini rising and rising above the head. And it was so wonderful. We didn't say any mantras, but you put our attention, our enlightened attention so strongly. And for myself, all the thoughts, it's disappear. And what I have done today or yesterday, and it was just so clear and so peaceful. And of course,
Nice.
the music came from Sia. Sia, it was so wonderful.
It's such a luxury, actually. I was kind of reminding myself that it is live, it is now, it's not a recording, because in our family we listen Sia almost every day, but now it is live. So it is such a really like posh meeting, posh. Yeah. And about this meditation, because you said like somehow like maybe it's important to remember that there should be routine, that you focus on your Kundalini and rising Kundalini and you give attention to your meditation, but it should not be routine in the rituals or how we do that. So if some ideas come spontaneously, that we can experiment also a little bit.
Yes, it was wonderful. And then also it was so wonderful. You put our enlightened attention for Ukraine and Russia. And so you ask us to give a bandant for our Agya, that we can emit the vibrations to the whole world. And you say that we are working on the Agya of the whole world. Can you explain that? What does it mean that? How we will
like how it is, like for example, what we found in Sahaja Yoga, that when our chakras becomes balanced, then our body, our brains, our feelings, everything becomes balanced. But it is like macro and micro, yeah. So this micro connected to macro. So if we are cells, small particles of this whole body of the world, so it means that every particle, even microscopical, can send some impulses to the main or to each other. So I'm sure that all the wars and conflicts comes from this micro. So it means that or we are affected in our chakras if something is happening in the world. So it is like both sides. So if there is a war, for sure there is something really wrong in that chakra, or something working out in that chakra. And I don't know how it is in your countries, but like here, when we are so close to this conflict, we can smell it, every day. So we really like feel that every possible moment when to remind that we can ask or pray or give attention, enlightened attention. It's such a, like, we should not lose this, we should not be used to that. War is going on. No, it is like now in this moment, seriously, somebody is fighting, and this somebody is actually two countries of same chakra. It's something interesting. Yeah.
Very true. Yeah, thank you so much for reminder and giving this in our enlightened attention that we should always remember this, what's going on in the world, because of course we all have the divine power within us, and once we got our self-realization, when we become the spirit, and we should able to give this enlightenment to everyone, ether element, maybe with the realization, but right now with that situation, as you said, Nira, and we should able to put our enlightened attention during our meditation. So thank you for the reminder. Yeah,
Thank you for joining to do that in the meditation. So let's do it more often.
yes, let's do it every day for our
without routine, but when we feel that vibrations flows, let's use the chance.
Yes, without routine and without ritualism.
Without
putting our mind. Yeah, very nice. So let's ask for everyone. How did everyone feel during the meditation? We would love to hear from everyone.
Very beautiful meditation, Nira. This is Sandeep, and I think you brought out a very nicely that we should not get used to this war and hate going on in the world. Every day is precious, and there are people losing lives, and it's something we should collectively work on, and we should keep them in our thoughts. And I think I felt very good in the meditation. One thing I felt very peculiar is when you had the screen picture of Shri Mataji, not the one behind you. When you said start looking at Shri Mataji, and I started looking at the picture, it looked as if Shri Mataji was looking at you. So it was so beautiful.
Really?
So, yeah, because it was facing towards you. So she was watching you when you were looking at the picture behind you. The screen picture was looking at you. So very nicely done. Thank you so much. Jai Shri Mataji.
Jai Shri Mataji. It came spontaneous.
Okay, is there anyone else? Okay, so
thank you for sharing.
Oh, there is one message from Leela. Very deep meditation, Nira, strong vibrations. Okay.
Yeah, it's because of all of us, right? It's because we are connected. That's why it's so strong.
So Nira, we have always this classic question, and we ask always, because it's always very new. I mean, of course, each yogi has different experience coming to Sahaja Yoga. What brought you to Sahaja Yoga? So I know that you were a seeker from the young age, and how did you find it?
You know that I'm a seeker. I found only from Mataji's speeches later when I started to meditate that this is how it calls, like, because it was strange that boys same age in my class, not interested in deeper things, they want to take bicycle in pieces and to collect again, something like I could never understand it. And a little bit I felt a little bit like out of like not normal. But when I heard this word seeker, then I felt very, very good. But actually, honestly, I was like really needed help for me, and Shumataji and Sahaja Yoga came exactly in the moment when I needed, because when I started to study for acting, it became very, very difficult, like emotionally, physically, like there is no time limit in studies. It was absolutely crossing all your, like you can say, there is no chance to or you survive or you going out from the studies, like that, because it's not easy profession, so need like army training. So in that moment, I felt that actors who are very actively in this profession, they are going into alcohol too much, or they're going to drugs sometimes, or they become very aggressive. They cannot be friends with anyone. They're losing family and this and that. And somehow there was no good example how to survive in this environment, like around. And for me, it was like big luck that I prayed for guru. Actually, it was such a trick that, when like now we know in Sahaja Yoga that when you very, very, very active, after project or exams over, you become depressed. So I was super, super active. I got the best results. I was very appreciated by my teachers. And I was like, ooh, very good. But I was so tired that when I came home, I could not even speak with my parents. I was like a cabbage in the bed, sometimes crying, sometimes, weeping. Not everything is nice. I don't want to eat, but I'm hungry, like some nonsense in my head. And then, it was one moment when I was alone at home. It was not very usual because big family. So I saw some not deep at all movie about some strange, like just girl who is cuckoo in her world, but she goes to some yoga, and in that yoga, like she just meets some teacher who sometimes gives very nice advices, spiritual advices. And it was not deep at all, but for me it was like touched that, oh, but I don't have anyone who can suggest me like that, and I really want guru. And that moment for me came like first time in my life, like I need guru. Like not some friend to talk, not some relative or something. Like I want guru, like in that movie. It was nothing about that movie, but that it was on the right time. And like in that moment, like this is my realization time, I think. I just sat down how I understood, like yogis said. I just opened my hands, I kept candle, and I just closed my eyes, and I really pushed God into the corner. I really said, like, okay, now, if you exist really, if you really are, if you can hear me, I need a guru. Like, and somehow it was so honest and so not ritualistical. Maybe first time I prayed like that we've totally focused in something which is more and above. And I remember that tears came, and I remember that I slept like that.
Wow.
So I don't know how much I slept. I woke up after some time from this, like this position, and that's it. Then I put candle down, and next day in the street I saw Shrimataji's picture with friends, and everybody like, oh, like this lady coming to our city, very strange. But for me it was like, like I asked, and Lithuania and that small city, nobody comes. Nobody. In that time there were no yoga center, nothing, no guru. And when I saw that picture, for me it was like, oh, like it's a miracle. And that's it. So of course I thought that Shrimataji is coming to my city. Of course I thought that I will go and I will meet her. But no, it was just yogis. A little bit disappointed, but kind of it was the message for me, and nobody could say that it is just by mistake or something, because I prayed, I kept like I pushed that I cannot live anymore without guru, and ping, she came. So from that time, somehow I'm in Sahaja Yoga. I'm very lucky. Yeah.
So nice, beautiful recollection. Thank you, Nira. So Nira is actually, I would like to say to everyone, Nira is the short name of the Nirananda, and so of course the yogis call him Nira. So how did you get this name, Nira? Well, your original, I mean, your parents gave a name.
Vytautas.
Sweet.
Yeah, Vytautas.
Yeah. So it's a beautiful name you have, and it is really suiting to you. Many yogis, they connect to the Ananda, I mean the Nirananda. But also, first, please explain what is Nirananda and how you got this name.
So yeah, Nirananda in Sanskrit means absolutely pure joy. It's joy. Anand is joy. So Nirananda is becomes combination of these two words, becomes like pure absolute joy, because there are different kind of joy and different levels of joy. And this Nirananda joy comes from the spirit and from the Sahasrara, from this connection with God. So how it happened, I don't know. Actually, like not very deep or some special story, because I had opportunity to ask Shrimataji for name. I know that yogis used to do, and maybe sometimes I wanted to do that, but it's okay. We are yogis, and this name is not so important. But just one day, I felt that maybe the past is connecting to our names, like our titles, and maybe it's possible to a little bit change something, because I'm in yoga now for more years, and maybe it's next level is like that this past life can go fade out easier if I will have Sahaj name. And it will happen also very spontaneous, like today's meditation. I didn't prepare to do anything about heart, so it was that in meditation I just asked Shri Mataji for the name. That's all, and it came. That's it. No big stories, it came, and actually I was even surprised a little bit, like really, like wow. And in the same time, actually Gmail started, like mailing system. So because I wanted to make a Gmail account, and I felt that name is given for me in meditation, so I tried on Gmail Nirananda, and it came. So till now, if someone wants to write me an email, it's very easy to remember, nirananda@gmail.com. So maybe from this email started. And also, in Sahaja Yoga, when you travel in the world, this Lithuanian names is really complicated. Like Vytautas, if somebody tries to read it, it becomes white, and I cannot understand that it is me. So why to torture people? Then sometimes like, what is your name? Nirananda. And that's it. And this is how it happened.
And it's so easy, and it really suits to you, Nira. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, thank you.
But it's so wonderful. I mean, besides the I mean, of course, you ask a name which can be pronounced easily, but it's so subtle when you ask a name which can be suiting to you, your personality, maybe, right? And so you're basically it came from your enlightened spirit, through your enlightened attention when you meditate. It's so wonderful that how we find the name, or how we find the truth, how we find the knowledge by putting our enlightened attention and bringing our conscious mind in the same time to the spirit. And this is so beautiful, and it reminds me actually one of the things, of course, I would like to share. So there are so many anand, there are so many joy, there are many type of the joys that Shri Mataji explains, right? And one is the Nirananda, which is the absolute joy, which is when it comes on the Sasrara. But there are other things that first joy, as we all know, it starts from the spirit. And it is the Swananda. Like when we start to get our self-realization, it gives joy to everyone. Joy gives to ourselves, and it's Swananda, right? That Shri Mataji explains. And then when we start to give the self-realization to others, and it gives another joy to everyone. So that is the Pranananda. And so when we give the realization, and it gives tremendous joy, because when you see the smile to others, and when they explain how they felt so peaceful and or satisfied, and with the tears sometimes, and it gives joy to others, and joy gives to us. But when it gives the joy to us, it's prananda. And of course, another thing, when our generosity starts, like without expectation, that also gives another joy to us, and that is the Shivananda, and that is the Shiva's quality, right? And there is another one, when we are with the children, and it gives such a joy to each of us, and that who gives the absolute pure joy, Shri Ganesha, it's the Ganesha Ananda.
Wow.
That is so beautiful that I wanted to share. And there is another one, when we start to feel the satisfaction and the joy with our well-being in health, in our material life. And whatever we have, it doesn't mean that, oh, we achieve this material thing, position, career, but we start to enjoy whatever we have in our life as a position or as a material thing, and we start to get the joy whatever we have. That is the Brahmananda. So,
Wow.
and when all these states of the joy, as you have the name Nirananda, when we have this all the joy together in one, and that is the Nirananda.
Ah, wow. You are very well prepared for this meeting.
I read it long time ago, and it was such a big opportunity to share this knowledge with your name, Nira. And and each knowledge of Shmataji, when we read or when we listen it, and it is amazing. And this is the ocean of the knowledge, right? And although I'm sure all the Sajogis and whoever got their self-realization, doesn't matter when or how, doesn't matter year, but we all enjoy the same, this knowledge of the divine. And when I read it, when I listen it, and I like to write down, and I like to establish in my mind that today it was a good opportunity to share with you a very humble way, and with your name, Nirananda. So that is beautiful, and I can really tell. I really see the joy of your joy of divine on your face and smile, and so humbling. And it is you are really beautiful reflection of this joy of the divine.
Oh, thank you, Pim Pim. But you know what? Actually, now when you spoke about this different joy, it's actually like in chakras. Every chakra has different package of joy. Will you open or not? Will it open or not? But also, what is interesting, because I'm now more than 40 years, like 43, I guess. So, or 2, I don't know, I forgot, but doesn't matter, more than 40. So like what I can witness now what is happening in the life, because actually every stage, every moment is never the same. We're always changing, but it's every moment is really like by divine is prepared with new package of joy.
Exactly.
And if we stuck, for example, in teenage or in our wedding moment or in our something, like we cannot open the package of the next stage. So it is actually amazing how we are changing. For example, when I was a child, I was really annoyed about my father, why he's listening news, like always the radio. Like we are sitting in the car and he is listening radio, and why this blah 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 blah, why not music, come on people. And now I see that I feel so nice when I'm silent driving and somehow a little bit of news, what is happening in the world. And and actually it gives joy, and I could not understand when I was a child, but now I understand. And maybe maybe when we become older and older, I hope it is like that every stage till the end of our life is full of small presents of that moment. So we should not be attached to what we had. For example, children will be big, oh, I miss my small children time. But actually maybe that time will be full of another joy. So these different colors, like real colors of joy, is actually amazing thing. We can enjoy every moment in different way.
Yes,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
And it is the Nirananda.
Yeah. Yes.
Each moment and enjoying each things, the way we look at the things, that is because we start to look at it with the pure heart, without any conditioning or without any expectation. We just look at with the divine eyes. I guess when we touch into divinity, I guess that we feel it and we start to feel the joy. And I missed something, Shri Krishna's name, which is, as you said, each chakra. And there is another the joy, the
Lilananda.
Krishnananda.
Krishnananda. Oh, okay, okay.
Yes, because the sweetness, the madhuri comes from the when we start to enjoy with our sweetness, but without putting our ego or mind or ego. So when we start to enjoy with that sweetness with our maybe behavior, attitude, or voice, and when the others start to enjoy with that sweetness of the divine, and that comes from the Shri Krishna, that is the Krishna Ananda. So
Wow.
that remind me that you said, because every each chakra, as you said, every each chakra of the state, we get the joy of the divine, and but the complete joy with the everything when it comes on the sastra Brahmaranda, so that we feel the Nirananda. That's so
Okay, then in this moment, I want to share one moment when it was really something about Krishna's magic, because as everyone, we are good in some studies when we in university, and some a little bit not much. And there was really, like, Lithuanian language is one of the oldest Western language, no, one oldest language in the Western world, because we are really complicated in grammar, this and that, and it is really somehow conserved in that Lithuanian corner. So when we were actors, like trained as an actors, it was very, very strict teacher on the how to pronounce. It was like killing one. Like, you can be very talented, but if you will not pronounce correctly, they will throw you out. So that exam was the main, like, very, very, and actually it's not possible to learn. It's so complicated. You need to be like, I don't know what. And I knew that I will not pass this exam. I will not pass because I cannot learn it. Like, too much. And what I decided to do, because I was already yogi, I will sleep nicely. I will do food soak nicely, maybe 2 or 3 of them. I will go for a walk in the nature before exam, and I will listen some maybe speech of Shri Mataji. Then I will maybe be thoughtless, and then if I will not pass, okay, I'm happy that I studied in the studies, over. And I will not trouble myself with achieving, not possible, because you cannot learn everything in one night. Then I went to that exam, and it is like 1-to-1. And that professor gives the paper with her handwrite difficult words, and I need to spell them and to tell in different timings and endings. Like, it's like something you cannot do. And there were another students who witnessed it, and they can prove that it happened. And I took that, and I felt like, okay, now I will die or I will survive. And then I asked Shri Mataji, if you want me to, suffer, okay. But if you want me to finish the studies, please help me. I need the help, And you know what happened? I started to say and read and tell, and I was shocked in the same moment, because I could see my lips talking without understanding what. Like, I'm talking, I'm reading, and I'm looking around. My attention is totally not in that. I can see my teacher, how she's reacting. I can see my classmates, like this, colleagues. And I'm talking something which I not recognize that I know that. It's not my knowledge. And then, when everything was over, that professor, she turned to me and she said, like, see, they taught us miracles can happen. Even a donkey can learn something. So actually, what she said, that miracles can happen, for me it was like, yes, miracles can happen. But I cannot express because nobody will understand. And when I went out, all my colleagues were like, you are the cheater, you know everything, and you said that you don't. So many times you were failing. Why? You know everything, like not even one mistake. So this was some, like, miracle from the Shuddhi, because for sure, like, it works without brains. So that was
wow.
like one of the miracles. Yeah.
Beautiful. You are a really good actor, Nira.
Really? Okay.
Amazing. You are really amazing instrument of the divine. That this brings us, actually, what I want to tell is the complete faith and the surrender to divine. And of course, you have some knowledge. Maybe you didn't you didn't study maybe, but of course you had already some knowledge, but maybe you didn't studied maybe a few hours or maybe one day before, and you just had your knowledge, and you had that actually faith to yourself, and the divine, the rest will be taken care. And I think this is a beautiful example, that not to have the fear in our heart, and not to fear in our attention and the mind, and that when we surrender it, everything will work out. I think it is a beautiful example for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. What everyone would like to say about this recollection, this memory? Does anyone would like to add anything?
Maybe somebody had such a experience also, when you talk and it comes out some knowledge without your experience, like you never read it or never thought about this, and it comes. Maybe you know something like that.
Exactly. Yeah, please. Yeah. Now, if there is anyone would like to have the same experience or similar, please add. We would like.
I can share a similar experience, not exactly same, but I think what Nira is experienced and shared so nicely, I think it's an internal desire. Like he had the pure desire, as he first said, to have a guru, and next day he found Shri Mataji. So I will share an experience which I feel it's something comes from within. And I think it was October 2019. I was in downtown San Francisco for a conference. And there was a guest speaker, President Obama, and I like his leadership style. So I was very interested that the next day there is going to be a big event, and I wanted to attend it. And there are thousands of attendees. So if they had told the day before that if you stand in the queue, if you want to meet Obama, you better come early. So people were talking that they will wake up at 3 and get there by 4 to queue up. and I was thinking, okay, I'll wake up, but guess what? I am not an early riser, so I slept in. And I reached there by 9. And when I reached there, and thing was going to start at 9:30. So I reached the venue. It was barricade. I saw miles of people queued up on the left side, and on the right side is the auditorium where Mr. Obama was going to give his speech. He was out of presidency, but he was called as a guest speaker. So I was like, oh my God, I lost my chance. And I really wanted to attend it. But in the middle part, they were serving coffee to the conference attendees. So I went there, the guard stopped me. And he said, why are you going? I said, I just want to get a coffee. On the left side, these crowds of people are watching me behind barricades. And I'm pouring my cup of coffee. On the right side are the armed guards waiting for the gates to open in 15 minutes. And as I'm sipping my coffee and looking at the guards, I hear a big sound. And it seems all the barricades fell, and like wildebeest, like running towards me. And this whole crowd took me inside without a blink of eye. I was like, they just took me, the whole like mass of people rushing towards the entrance, and they just took me inside, and I went and sat in front of Obama. So I was like, how did this happen? I could not even believe it. So I was so genuinely interested. I think this inner Shakti, it just took me inside without even, like, I was not supposed to be there, because I came at 9 and people were standing there since 4 a.m.
Yeah.
So I think what you shared is exactly true. If you genuinely want something, your inner desire helps you, you know?
Yes, Jai Shri Mataji, very nice experience. Nice.
Just thought of sharing.
Yeah, nice.
Thank you, son. It was beautiful. That is the pure desire also, and the pure attention. That's how you say that the Mother Kundalini, the divine energy.
Yep, exactly.
Wonderful. And I see the Uncle Subramanian from India. So he would like to share something. Hello, Uncle Subramanian. Jai Shri Mataji. Jai Shri Mataji. He says that about the name of Nira, Nirananda, very nice name. I wish to say one thing, and so he raised his hand. I can't see. Yes, now you are ready.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, perfect.
Jai Shri Mataji to all.
Jai Shri Mataji.
You know, it is a miracle only, I think. In 1990, I came to Sahaja Yoga. That first song I wrote was around 91. In that, I wrote the first line. I have to sing. I don't know what. This is in Rag Des. Okay. निर्मल माँ के चरण कमल पर मन को लगाओ इस युग में. Keep your mind at the lotus feet of Sri Mataji Nirmala Devi in this yuga. Yuga means, Krita Yuga. दूर होगा मन का अंधियारा. All the darkness will go away from your heart or your mind. दूर होगा मन का अंधियारा. निरानंद 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 मिलेगा. I was thinking that I will get Nirananda. But after so many years, it was in 91. 91, imagine, I got this Nirananda, this boy, my son-in-law, in 2009. Imagine how much is after so many years. And that Nirananda is, I was thinking that Nirananda is above or always the pouring Ananda is called Nirananda. And when I saw his talking, I know he is a very good teacher because he is doing some examples, giving examples. Because I was also a teacher, music teacher. I won't tell, nobody will fail or anything. If you can talk, you can sing. That is my perception. Okay, I don't want to tell anything more.
Thank you, Daddy.
Next director.
Actually, it was such a blessing to not only listen from tapes, but to be, son-in-law of Subramanian and to see him more often in different places. It's actually such a blessing in Sahaja Yoga. Thank you. Thank you for being my father-in-law.
Jai Shri Mataji. Jai Shri Mataji.
Jai Shri Mataji. Uncle Subramanian, so nice to hear you, and it's so joy-giving to have your voice, and thank you so much for sharing this beautiful experience or memory, that how you keeps trying to sing Nirananda, and then you got it one. Of course, you have always this joy of the spirit in your heart, and in your music, in your words, when you write a song or when you sing it, and we always enjoy it. And I just want to remind to everyone, so if you all remember, Uncle Subramanian, he joined to our program in last year, November, and with his music, his beautiful music and experience, and he spent so many years and many different times with Shri Mataji. And if you remember, he's the one we couldn't see him, but he's the one, maybe you remember from his voice. Yeah. Thank you so much, Uncle Subramanian.
Jai Shri Mataji. Thank you very much.
Jai Shri Mataji.
Jai Shri Mataji, please be with us if you can, and if you have another memories or...
Oh, I'm here because I want to listen to Sia's violin also.
Oh, yes. We have such a musician also ready to perform. Maybe let's listen something now.
Yes. You're ready. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. It's actually interesting how these things fall into place, isn't it? Because when you asked me to play some music, I was just randomly picking things, and they fit so perfectly. Like you talk about joy on joy and joy, so I picked the Krishna piece. And now at the time, I thought, this is the time where we celebrate Sri Krishna, and this is the land of Sri Krishna. But now you're talking about joy and joy of Sri Krishna, and also the Vishuddhi qualities. Your story is amazing, how you speak this language that you never That's just absolutely fabulous. So a lot of Krishna elements. So I thought I'll play you Krishna Govinda. And the idea is to start slowly and then end in the joy of ecstasy. But I would all invite you just to meditate along. Maybe you can show Shrimataji's photo again. And maybe we can just go back into a little bit of a meditative mood and have an attention on the qualities of the Vishuddhi, the quality of Sri Krishna, obviously with the joy, with the Nirananda, but also going back to what Nira was mentioning about the wars and all the issues and the quality of the Vishuddhi of bringing us together and working on it collectively and using our attention to help each other on a collective level. That would be beautiful.
Okay, we are allowed to clap now. So beautiful.
Beautiful, Sia, as always. Yeah, that's so wonderful. That's so wonderful. Sia, can you tell us the connection with the Shri Krishna and with this music, and besides, of course, the mantras and affirmations, how do we connect with the music with the Arvishuddhi chakra? Why it helps so quickly to us during our meditation? How we feel so much joy?
Good question. I'm sure Nira is better to answer, but it's just a fascinating fact going up the chakras that at this level of Vishuddhi, this is where we have the speech organ, isn't it? So that's the moment where all this discovery we had before, passing through the heart and opening a lot. And this is the moment where we start sharing. This is where we have the speech organs. This is where they have our voice. Hence the left Vishuddhi and the right Vishuddhi, the guilt part that comes in, and the how do I express myself? How do I speak? So maybe that's one thing I can think of at the Vishuddhi level. Just this is the moment where you spread out. This is the moment where you communicate. And just recently heard of a speech of Mataji where she talks about the quality of America, isn't it? And how America has a very specific role to play in the world. We often wonder, maybe you should all hear this speech yourself, but how we sometimes wonder, why are they going everywhere? Why are they always somewhere else? And it is somewhat, it's their role to be there and actually to help. Maybe America gets it wrong here and there, absolutely. But it's fascinating to think of that. But it's actually a beautiful quality, isn't it?
But see, I want to use the chance to ask you, look, when you are a professional, musician, and you really hear music and perform like we cannot imagine, if we are not musicians, what is happening in your head, because it's really like a blessing. So tell us, when you perform, like now, you are thoughtless or you are not? Like, what is happening in your brains in that moment when you perform? Like, do you see the notes? Do you realize, like, are you analyzing what you did, or you are just doing it? Like, what is happening in the head of musician and yogi musician?
The fascinating thing is, that's what I'm always thinking about painting. Like, how do you make a stripe? How does this be a big? I don't get it. But the beauty is that in the essence, it's all the same. It's all, and Uncle Subramaniam can surely agree with this. How many years you have to learn your basics? How many years you sing Sarega over and over? You learn the skeleton. You learn the puzzle pieces, your Lego parts. You get them ready, and once you know your basics, then you play with it and then you rearrange, isn't it? So yes, it's definitely built on some knowledge, like how you did your training in acting. You know the scales, you know the notes. So in the moment you can make little plans, right? So there is some thinking there. Like I forgot this, the verse, melody of the second verse. Anyway, it doesn't matter. While I'm playing, like, well, how does it go again? How does it go? Doesn't matter. Yes, there's some thinking, and you don't need to know my mistakes. But I guess, and especially in Indian music, I was really fascinated when you learn Indian music. Oh, how long do you have to copy your teacher? How long I want to play my own thing? No, you're not ready. You need to learn your basics. You need to learn, like in Western music, your scales. The scales are your skeleton. The scales, the arpeggios, the broken chords. These are your puzzle pieces. You gotta have them ready. Without that, you can't build anything. And then I guess with the sort of trained knowledge, then you create.
Yeah, but in the moment, like, do you think when you, like, how it is about thinking and not thinking?
There's definitely a thinking part there, but I noticed with the online programs, there's a reason why I put the birds and the water and the tempura, and I explain it to people. I say, this is my canvas. If you give me a white canvas, it's like an empty stage. I find it hard to be inspired. Yeah. And it goes both ways. So the birds, the water sound, the tempura, they give me the your stage decoration or the canvas. I've got something already on the canvas, and then I'm coloring in the little bits. And when I hear myself through the through the microphone, and I can hear it with reverb, and I find it pretty. The reverb opens up. Then I find that inspiring. So I find it inspiring to play with the sound that I hear. And with what I hear, I want to play, I want to experiment. That encourages me. Because if it doesn't sound pretty, I don't have any inspiration. I don't like it. So that's what I do. I have my canvas with the birds, I have the echo, and then I play with it. And it doesn't matter if I have a longer gap. You won't notice. There's still water. There's still atmosphere. So you can have a pause, because like the beauty of the pause, right? In speaking, in acting, and in meditation, the power of the pause, for example. But here's no full pause. You have, still the birds.
I'm so not regretting that I asked, that I took this opportunity. It's so nice.
It's so fascinating in a way that sometimes when I learned a lot when I'm teaching kids, because sometimes you try to explain something so obvious, and you pull examples from physics, like a trill. Da 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 da. It's like a ball that goes dung 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 dung. How do you explain that it gets smaller and faster? It is all there. You just need to find the right example. How does a leaf move? It's in the nature, right? The movements, the physics. And then you apply it to a painting, and then you apply it to acting and speaking. And it's all the same in the sense. It seems so related, right?
Wow.
So you just learn the technique.
Nice. But okay.
This is your show.
I know. I want to take light into somebody else.
No.
Okay, thank you very much for sharing. It was very nice to know, to go into head, because really it sounds so nice when you are doing this gap and this light sound of water comes. It's like really like miracles. Like very nice. Thank you for sharing.
That's so nice. So I want to add another thing for Sia. I think, of course, we who are not musician or who are not artists, we just maybe enjoy. But I think the artist has the eye. Their eye is different than the way they see the beauty of the divine. And we just, for example, always beautiful, it's so wonderful. But they see into that each piece of the divine art which is created by him, and they see the as music, like a water sound. Maybe it's coming that drop of the water is just a regular sound that water is running. But I think the musicians, they hear as drop, maybe just note. Like they are able to apply into their music, and the artists, they can see the another with the different eye of the artist, that the color and imagining. I think they are in different state that they are able to see that with the divinity and the art of the divine. And I think it's just that very without thinking, the mind doesn't work, I feel.
Oh yeah, there's definitely, but I have a counter question for Nira now. So there is a side to creating music where it's a journey, gosh, for decades, where you develop, or you try to find yourself, you find your style. And I don't think I'm anywhere near where I know what I'm doing, but one of the first things you think you want to do in music is express how you feel. And the simplest thing to do is to write a soppy, sad song and put all your emotion in it. And because you think that's my way of dealing, right? That's my way of digesting. So you put this sadness in, and then you come to Sahaja and you learn, hey, we're meant to make happy music. And I'm like, okay, how do I create happy music? Maybe I'm not even feeling that happy right now. How do I create happy music? I can't say, oh, the sun and the stars and the trees and everything's great. How many times can you express everything's so wonderful, everything's so great? So that's really a challenge. That's a challenge. But I think I made that a rule for myself. And I want to ask you how you feel about that. Because when you're acting, you have to act emotions. You have to act angry, frustrated, or sad. How do you do it that you, as a yogi, detach yourself from that and you can shake it off and say, this is just a means maybe to deliver a message in that moment, because obviously for you as an actor, you probably surely have a message you want to convey to the audience. So, but for yourself also, how do you do it to act these emotions yet not get sucked in and still turn them into something beautiful and something that helps other people find themselves, for example?
So yeah. We're going to the deep talks now. Be ready for one more hour or two. Okay, so so yeah, when you act, like my experience, because I had few performances where I was very emotional, and the main goal why you are doing this is very, very important. For example, there was one performance where small child, from the beginning of the story, he's with the cancer and only 10 days left to live. But all the story is so that audience really rise up. They forget about mundane problems. They start to, after performance, they express that we want to change what we do now, like, because it is like really like it's really vibrational performance. So in that case, when the goal of the performance is to rise up, to kick out from the mundane routine or something, then for actor, you see the whole picture. You understand that you can shout, you can cry, you can weep, but when you feel the whole picture, somehow it is absolutely not tiring. And I remember somebody, like journalists, used to ask, like, how you are going out from this character, because we cried minimum 15 times and laughed maybe also 15 times in the same performance. How are you going out of the performance? So actually, I'm in such a vibrations that I don't need even to do foot soak after that. But there were another performances where there was no this like big idea from director or from the story, and you need to shout and be angry or something, and then it takes a long time to come back. So actually this like, how to say, there is music, there are words, but there is a meaning. If meaning is rising up, then it's very easy to do and very flow, like you don't need even to think. But if there is no meaning, then for actor is a big challenge, because you need to act. You are working as let's say a job, and then you need to do all treatments you can. Candles, food soak, salty water, putting head into the earth and like, please take out this headache or something. Yeah, that is there. And in that moment, I feel that this is not fair for actor, when you need to act something you don't like or something. But I'm blessed that not too bad performances in my life. I never had very bad. So yeah. Okay. Is it?
So I think, Nira, it must be so easy for you to act, because as a realized soul, as a yogi, it is easy to be detached when what you are acting. So let's say the person which is not when you are acting a person which is not reflecting the right person or the humanity, so that you have to act like that. But once you are done, you are so detached with that personality, because it is so your enlightened spirit doesn't put you that moment, or doesn't give you that emotion, maybe only that moment, because you are acting, but you are able to come out because you have that witness detachment state in you, that must be much easier than other actors maybe.
Maybe for me it's very interesting also to ask also other actors in Sahaja Yoga, because there is the theater of eternal value where they meet and they do performances as yogis. That is very interesting topic. I want to make an interview with them in Nirmala TV. But like what else? Like according to this question, when there are stories where divine shows their divinity to someone. For example, Krishna, he showed to one person only in his life story, yeah. And it was like, and I saw some pictures when he showed that he is an old and young and woman and man and child and killer and king maybe, and even animal, like everything in one. So actually, you know, when you are acting someone, you are like one instrument in the orchestra. You are just that instrument. So actually in that you are maybe the killer. You know, maybe you are that piece of that whole picture. So this is how it works, I think, with acting. But it's very interesting to do acting. I suggest to all yogis to use theater games or improv games, which is easy in some yoga, like Sahaja yoga seminars or meetings, just for fun. Because actually this Vishuddhi is really like a muscle, or like, I don't know, like energy. It starts to flow for everyone. It's actually so nice. You don't need to be actor to feel that. So that's why I invite everyone. For example, in this Nirmala Art Academy in Kabela, if it is possible to come and to take part of this drama therapy or improv lessons. I saw some auntie who never went into stage doing some games, and sparkles comes from eyes, because like you find out that this energy exists in you. So use this acting, and that will help also to spread Sahaja Yoga, because when you tell to someone about vibrations, about meditation and everything, it's actually, you can then easier feel the partner, the person who is getting realization, what to say, how to find this connection with. So it's actually this Vishuddhi part. Somehow this meeting is all about this Vishuddhi. It's
all about
miracle.
Vishuddhi. And I was just thinking, we did a play once with the yogis, where we integrated all the on the academies, the yoga academy. We managed to put all the classes together into one big production rather than having the single things. And I always say the best way you bond with other people is over something else. It's not like sitting down and say, hey, how are you? Who are you? But do something else and this happens. So it was just so interesting to see when we had the dance classes of all ages, the acting classes of all ages, and then you saw them when they sit and eat. And you had the little ones, the 10-year-olds next to the ground, and they were nicely chatting and talking. And there was no, oh, let's mix up the age groups, let's get everyone. It was not artificial. It happened over the project. And that's, so again, acting, if you do something like that, it's you bond so strongly because you bond over something else than yourself. You are a byproduct of the production. And that's always for me, the most fascinating thing to watch is how the people's relationship change.
Also, my experience, for example, as a yogi, because my family, they're non-yogis, and they were actually against Sahaja Yoga when I started, only because they saw my wife, she's from India, and my children, and that we are not cuckoo so much after 20 years, not lost brains totally. So my parents accepted a little bit, you know. So, but you know, Christmas meetings, still a little bit like Christian, this and that, but you need. And as a yogi, you a little bit suffer because you see that there is no Christmas in this Christmas, and there is only food and blah, 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 like no, not coming mood. And for me, it was very spontaneous, like, let's play charades. Charades, you know, this, like when you need to explain something, what is written without words. It's like a game. And suddenly, you know, mom, dad, like for my children, it's like grandmother and grandfather, some boring uncle became so funny. And all this atmosphere is really filled with vibrations. And suddenly, you know, nobody is eating anymore. Nobody sits close to the table. Everyone is laughing. And videos from that night, again and again, we see in every Christmas. You know, like, because it is like absolutely changes the mood, connects, and ego cannot survive if you have this playfulness. Yeah, so I really pushing everyone who is watching this not to be afraid, or don't think that it is only for actors. Play.
And it's the irony that the mobile phone that's created to get us together is the gadget that breaks all this, isn't it? Everyone's on his mobile. Young people are not even able to communicate anymore. They feel shy. This young generation, they feel so anxious, even talking to somebody, asking some stranger some question. And this is what we that used to be normal. People getting together, having fun, having a laugh, enjoying the collectivity of the Vishuddhi.
And this weird feeling, you know, after COVID, when we first met with some yogi families, and there was, you know, kebab cooking moment, and few like yogis, brothers, uncles, we are standing there, and we felt that we want to communicate. We came like we used to do, but it's not coming, you know.
You forgot.
Yeah, like a little bit like weird, like a little bit everyone thinks like maybe to go somewhere, like to be alone a little bit, like to breathe and to come back, because actually this quality a little bit like lost, to flow, to joke, to touch each other. So actually before this meeting I spoke about this online, not online meditations. This is amazing that we can talk now. Look, from India connects, from US, I'm from Lithuania, like it's amazing. But from other side, you know, like it's also like a different color. So this Vishuddhi, when you meet and you touch, you joke, you see eye sparkles, it's such a amazing thing. And this is it. I think that when we meditate and we are yogis, we can enjoy this small pearls from different moments. I'm so blessed that we found Sahaja Yoga online. Really,
Completely.
like for example, now I'm totally in vibrations.
It always gets you out of your mood, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, Sahaja Yoga is something. Our meditation is something so individual, but it has to be collective to really work. So it's that's when we get the joy back. So
Senai, now because we are totally in Krishna's mood, now we will give questions to you.
Exactly.
Who invited you to this show? Nobody. So that's why it's your show also. Look. What about your experience? How you, like, I know it's ups and downs, and we are in some spiral. Sometimes there is a blessing moment, sometimes it is the challenge moment. We have like in different moments. So when you are very not like getting proper meditation, like when you are like thoughts are running, or maybe stress or something, or tired, what's your trick? What's your magic to get into the thoughtless?
Okay.
Zooming on you now.
Nobody asked me question before. You are the first. But it's a very nice question, and yes, when I am, when I'm not able to reach on my sasrara, I know that I'm not connected with my spirit, and I always, even when I am in the present, also, but in my meditation, always I am the pure spirit. I'm not this body, not this mind, and not this fear, not this anger, not this conditionings, and not this expectation. I am the just pure spirit. And when I keep telling this myself to remind, actually, I put my attention, my enlightened attention into my spirit. And then soon after, I just go to my sasrara. I see my kundalini. I feel my kundalini just moving on my sasrara. That is the very simplest one that when I find myself, not only in meditation, if I'm just in chaos. We are all human beings. Doesn't matter we are yogis, realized souls, but we all get sometimes in chaos, right? And with the mind, with the attention. And when I'm doing something, and I know something is not moving, and because my attention is not with my heart, with myself, with my spirit, my mind is somewhere, my heart is somewhere. And again, whatever I do, when I am driving, when I'm working, and when I do anything, and I remind myself, I am the pure spirit. I'm not the doer. Mother Kundalini, who is the Shiradi Shakti, she's the one, she's the doer. Please do not let me to think and that I do. And when I remind myself, I just again, boom, I go to Sastra and then into center. And then I continue for my meditation, what chakra I need to cleanse in that moment. And and I go deep meditation very easily.
Nice. So same question, Sia. Like for sure, Sia sometimes becomes tired. For sure, Sia sometimes becomes not in shape. Like let's not pretend that yogis are always shining, happy and everything. There are different status, right? So what is your secret technique?
I think I prepared a song actually, which maybe we get to later. No, I have ups and downs. I know we maybe shouldn't have, but I do have ups and downs. But I must say, when I find myself in a corner, it feels, the element of the ocean, how we all parts of the ocean, and we all a little drop. Sometimes the wave has to come, and like Sandeep told, the Obama wave, the Obama wave has to carry you along. Sometimes I can't do it alone. I cannot. This is a great tool, like how Shinai says, but it sometimes doesn't work because sometimes you just don't feel great. And I must say, it's usually in those moments that maybe a friend calls or I call a friend. Sometimes when you are really on the left side, you don't call anyone. I noticed my friends, when they're really on the left side, they don't call anyone. It's actually sad, but then they're really hiding. And then it's, again, it's a collective that sometimes pulls you along. And like today, I was not in such a great mood, and just this, I mean, seeing you, Nirananda, it's other, but it's like a wave. It's a wave. I think that's the moment where we rely on others very often to just get us out of it, because thinking about stuff, or maybe your meditation might not work, and then you just get swept along.
Okay, so this is the moment when we need to tell, maybe there are some new yogis who are watching, that we should not be shy that there is bad mood. We should not be shy that we are not connected, or feeling even really like somehow sad or something, because let's not hide, and let's not think that we are sharing only shiny pictures on the Facebook, like
no, you're right. You're completely right. And not just that, even questions about, is this working? Even when you do it for years, questions. And I think it's allowed and it's important. Like, we just had this conversation with my teenagers. Sometimes they have questions, like when they're born into this, they're meditating since they're little, and they say, how would my life be, if I wasn't? And I think it's good, because if we don't, then really we are just walking, blindly following something like a book, right?
Yeah.
Then it's nothing else than any religion, let's face it. But I think it's very important because it's a living process. It's a living process. Every day some other thing might come up. Something comes and goes, right? And I think it's okay to it's maybe better not to fight yourself so hard, and to make connections with good friends, good yogis who have a lot of compassion and no judgment. Judgment is something people are very scared of. And their own judgment, and maybe just make friends with people who you really trust, that you can admit, I'm not feeling good today, or I'm having this question, and they understand you, and maybe that's just often enough. They just listen and they understand you, and then you can get over it, or you find your own answer, or maybe something happens and you find somewhat an answer or no answer. But I think it's better that you have that process than just following something and being a good person.
Yeah, and sometimes
anybody.
And I saw also in yoga that some yogis hiding that they are not happy, and then becomes a little bit like fake. And then after some time it was boom, big boom. Then you really not happy about meditation, about everything, and you complain on something. So better not to hide and to be honest, because honesty is actually one of the really important things in Sahaja yoga. And for example, my experience is that we had a New Year concert, and we decided to do in the most difficult place in my city. It's actually a school of, how it's called, this gypsies area. And we know that gypsy area in our city is actually the main drug dealing place. It's actually absolutely like illegal things are there. So we went for New Year there, and we did the concert, and we announced that there will be a firework, and it was really nice band and this and that. And we saw how in the middle of performance came two ladies who really did some black magic on us. Like, I saw how they came, they stood and they looked to me, and they looked both, and they did something or whispering something or something, and they went out. But in that moment I saw, and I felt so okay, because behind me there was like here Shimataji's picture, and I felt that vibrations are flowing through me like a fan. and I'm okay. But when concert is over, guests, musicians went away, I started to die, really. Like mantras not working, food soaks useless. To talk, I will rather cry. I don't know, like, and everything is like that. And then okay, camphora not working, lemons not working. Like, and actually, and the worst thing is that when you sit in your meditation room where you usually feel the status, and you say this holy, magical, you can say also mantras, and you feel that it is blah blah blah. When it is not connected, it is nothing. It is like, it sounds so weird, and like I became really scared as yogi, because I felt like I lost internet and it's not coming back. And then my very spontaneous thing, I just took mobile and I chose yogis from different continents, different countries, which I really know that they are very, very like brothers and sisters, like from soldiers from the same team. And I wrote, I need a bandhan and no questions. That's it. Like, I need your attention and no questions why. Because I cannot explain what is why. Somebody did voodoo, maybe not, maybe I'm just like depressed or something. And you cannot imagine, in 15 minutes, I start to feel rising kundalini, and like virus went away, something like that. So in 15 minutes, it worked. So the power of this sharing is actually, of course, if we will non-stop write to everyone, give me bandhan, my nose is allergy, give me bandhan, I cannot find my car in the parking, give me bandhan. Of course, everybody will stop, give you bandhan. But if you feel bad, you really can share. Sharing is caring, actually, and you need to give opportunity to care of you also.
You know how many times we heard Mataji's affirmations, the same sentences, and some things I only realized decades later, like how Chennai says, "Oh, I just say I'm the spirit." But if you actually understand, the moment you're saying I'm the spirit, you shed off everything else you're not, which is everything else. And
Yes.
and this is it. When you feel bad, something was sitting on you. It's an entity or whatever it is that's sitting on you. That's not you. And in order to shake that off, you needed the help of the bandhan, right? You needed the vibrations. But that's why I like the word identification on the heart, because the moment I identify with my nation, with my skin color, with my profession, the moment I identify means this is me, then this is the illusion. So the moment what Chennai says, I am the spirit, I go back to what I truly am, right? My essence of who I truly am. And then you shed it off like an onion peel. And maybe, so it's such a simple thing to say, but maybe in your case, that's what happened.
You know what happened also? One yogi, I saw that he's very depressing, no face, nothing, but shy to talk and this. And I took him for a walk. And I said, like, let's go for a walk. And he is telling something, and helpless. And I felt like, as a yogi, what can I do? And I said like, let's sit down. I know someone who can help you. And he's like, what? Many years we are yogis. I said, like, I know one lady, she really can help you. And I took Mataji's picture. Like, it was like for seeker, because we have this power to give realization. And when we start give realization or we get realization, the first thing is that when we question who I am, like, am I a spirit? It's actually, for yogis, very nice to come back to this question also. Like, am I a spirit? Like, because the question is actually like you seek for answer. So that yogi, he got realization that night again, and he started to cry, and he took the picture. like newborn. So actually, we should not be afraid to come back to the same moment, to sit down, like sit and start from the beginning. Who I am I a spirit? Am I really a spirit? Why I am in Sahaja yoga? Like, all these questions we can take out sometimes.
Another thing I noticed recently is that I think maybe it's to do with our background in the West, but I think we have a little bit of a wrong understanding what we think a saint is. we think it's somebody who is perfect. We think it's somebody who does always everything perfectly. And I think that's where our ill belief is. And I noticed that when I came across people, I must say in Sahaja Yoga, and these were people everyone looked up to, and everybody thought these are amazing, and they were hovering around them. But when they spoke to them, you felt so little. You thought like, bah, you know. And then I met people, these gems, these enlightened people. When you knew this person is real as soul. And then I walk away and say, you know, when I talk with this person, I rise. I feel so, I don't feel belittled. And then since then I tell my children, I say, you know, a truly realized soul will make you feel wonderful, will make you feel amazing about yourself. He will not show off, you haven't figured this out. Like in the way they talk, it's not condescending. It's not, I figured this out, you haven't. Truly realized soul in their presence alone, and you can see they're way better than you, but they make you feel so comfortable. And I think that's what is a saint. And how Mataji often explains, isn't it, with diplomacy, with word games, with sweetness, with little white lies to shake them up a little, not like what we think, right? A goody good person, that's so boring. Somebody without any questions, without any problems, without any ups and downs. So that's anyway.
because we used to see saints in the pictures, in the paintings, right? We never, before Sahaja Yoga, we never had a possibility to witness, you know, daily life with the saint. So that's why they are so iconic, you know, like, because they are like maybe some icons, some I don't know what, some sculptures, but as Buddha's story is there, that he used to be with very good humor sense and very playful, but in meditation, closing eyes and look serious. And everybody does sculptures in the meditation mode, you know. So that's the thing. Okay, so Sia, you have some performance more, yeah?
Yeah, if it's all right, I play that last piece, and
we go back
to you go back to sleep now. So we're going back to the heart center, and I wasn't planning the song. It melody, just some bhajan rang in my ear. I looked it up, and then I thought, okay, it's Apani Pana. See, there you go. And I tried to sing it, and I realized I can't do it in Hindi. So I just made up some words last night. So rather than saying I wrote a song, I'm gonna say I couldn't do it in Hindi. I couldn't pronounce it. Anyway, so I looked at the words and tried to make the words around it in a slightly different way. But I want to read you very quickly what Mataji said about the song. This is a song from a film and is sung by a little boy, a very beautiful film as well, as this boy acted very well. And it says that, "Oh God, keep me in your protection all the time." Pana is protection. But it's very beautiful. It's a very beautiful song. I hope you like it. And that's the last thing I'm going to say tonight. I think sometimes we just have to ask. Sometimes we just have to ask and not just struggle. Mataji is waiting for us to just ask. So I play the wind. I play the wind because for the heart, it's the element air. I was always scared of the wind. I found it always scary. But actually, maybe we can connect to the wind as something protecting the breath. So much power. Something you can't even see, air. And it's all the power in air. So we can maybe have a little bit of an attention on the element air, on the power of the breath, and the power of protection. Mother, keep us always safe. protect us, please, and with your loving guidance give us peace. Mother, keep us always safe, protect us, please, and with your loving guidance give us peace. May we never fall in illusion, keep us always in your attention. Let us be guided only by you. May we never give in to temptation. Keep us always in your attention. Let us be guided only by you, by you. Mother, keep us always safe, protect us, please, and with your loving guidance give us peace. May we be worthy of your compassion, keep us always in your attention. Let us be guided only by you. Mother, keep us always safe, protect us, please, and with your loving guidance give us peace. May your desire show in your actions. May your desire show in our action. Keep us always under your protection. Let us be guided only by you. Apani panami Americana Sikhe हमने का राह पर चलना. Mother, keep us always safe, protect us, please, and with your loving guidance give us peace.
See, it was so wonderful. you put us again into such a deep silence. I listened. Do you know how many times I listened this song when you sent it to me?
You did.
I did, I think, more than 5 times. I mean, such a beautiful you composed this. Of course, this is the Marathi song, right? Is it Hindi or Marathi?
It's Hindi.
It's Hindi.
Yeah. I composed it for you.
For us.
I didn't compose it. I just used the music.
I know, but you wrote to.
And I put the English words together. Somewhat, yes.
But thank you so much. I know you did it like a few days ago. You wrote it.
Yesterday night.
Yesterday.
But thank you so much for asking, because I need this, that you push me and that I do something and that we create something, right?
Wonderful.
Okay, so we will push you now more and more.
No.
Nira, you don't know. Actually, I would like to say, whenever any guest yogi like you are really. I'm so happy that you joined today. But if we need the music, I always call Sia. Is it like
if no one's there? I am the backup. Backup artist.
Always I feel always like she's always ready. So yeah, you are always ready. And
I don't know, I'm trying. But honestly, like we said before, for so many years I really didn't know what to do. But it's so beautiful when you have a purpose, right? What do you say, Nira? If you have, I mean, I'm sure you're also super tempted to write theater plays and things, right? Just to express and do something. Have you done some writing? Some plays?
Yeah, with children. I taught students and children, so then a lot. But for selling it with the tickets, never.
There we go. Now for the next time, we give you a month, and we want it in the old Lithuanian. Old Lithuanian with the correct pronunciation. We're gonna invite your teacher.
I really feel that I'm connected to Vishudi country today. Somehow it comes through online somehow. This bubbling vibrations of Vishudi. Nice to feel.
So wonderful. We want to continue, Nira.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
1 month.
Yeah. Actually, why not? Let's do it every day.
So yeah, we would like to next time.
Every day, Sia will perform new song.
That's so wonderful. Yeah. So I really want to say thank you to you all, both of you. But as we always request those guest Sahaja who joins first time, and then we always find the excuse to bring you or bring him back or bring her back. And Sia already gave a message to you. And we'd love to have you again, and next time with your wife. I was not so aware that she is musician, and we love to have you both. So that will be so wonderful, Nira.
Okay, let's see how it will be. But from today, it was for me really opening that you see I found a new way to use elements in the music. It's like opening. Like for me, it's like something very new. You start like tampura is like vibrations which flows. It starts from before the music and ends the last, yeah. But actually, this is like element tampura. It's like something really new.
We had I developed a new theory about the tampura. Maybe it's going on too long, but we were just talking with Uncle Herbert about it, because I was theorizing about melody and harmony and all these things. But it felt that tampura's role is the existence, is the central channel. It's there. You have the sa, which is the pa, right? Which is the fifth of usually that you're given. And it's just there. It doesn't have a beginning. It doesn't have an end. It's like the om in a way. It's just like there. It's existence, right? And then you whirl your creation or whatever you do, like a creation that comes and like everything in the world lives, it's born, it's, you know, the creation is born and it dies. It's a thing. So like you speak a sentence, every sentence is a creation, it has a full stop, then you breathe and it's a new creation. You do these phrases in the music. So you have a mini creation and it dies, a mini creation and it dies. But the tempura goes all the way through. So it felt like that I'm just sharing that part. But like maybe the tempura has the role of the central channel. That's how it felt, like of the axis, you know?
Yeah.
And then the melody is the action around it, the creation around it.
See, yeah, we don't see that part. As a musician, you can feel and you can relate it.
I share you another thing. So I'm explaining some little children about, you know, piano and whatever, the melody and the harmony. And these are things that we all know. You will know that, you know, we have the staff, the lines, and you make a melody and the harmony is vertical. So the melody is horizontal and the harmony is vertical. But if you think about it, the melody is singular. It's the individuum. Because there's only one note after the other. It's a singular. It's like the individuum, right? But the harmony is a collective. Right. So, and that's the power of the collective. So, for example, in Indian music, it's very melody dominant. So you have, you know, the melody, one note after the other, and it has a timeline. It has a timeline. It goes from left to right like a timeline. It's the creation. It happens like the time, right? Melody. And you can only sing it with the voice. I can only sing one melody. I can't sing two melodies, can I? Right? With the Vishuddhi. But put 5 people, they can sing a beautiful harmony. So it becomes vertical. Anyway, we were discussing this. It's just fascinating how everything is there. It's like, it's right there. But when you look at it a little deeper, it becomes really fascinating. And what does it mean? What does it mean, the vertical, the horizontal? What does it mean, the collective and the individuum, right?
See, this is Sahaja Yoga. It's never boring. It's never boring. So many years you're doing music and you still have openings. Same as with meditation. So many years you meditate, but it's never the same. Okay, sometimes less, more, but some openings are coming. So this is amazing. So not boring.
Then we were thinking, you know how Shrimati explains how God and the Shakti, how the male and the female, how the sun is there is no sun without the sunshine. The sunshine is the Shakti. And isn't it a little bit like that with an instrument? Like you can have a flute, but without playing it, it's useless, right? So you have the action. Maybe you have the fingers moving. That could be very well over the flute. That could be, you know, the male. But the power is then the breath and the melody that comes out, and then the vibration it creates is the vibrations, is the frequency, the love that touches people. You cannot touch people if you don't blow into the flute.
Wow.
So all these things we were thinking, how does it act? It's all the same. It's just in different, the essence is the same, right? Anyway, that's what we're
you know what? No, this is amazing. This is amazing. The final for today is let's wish to be instruments. Let God play on us with the fingers.
Because the action is needed. We need to go there like what Chennai does and do a program. The action is needed to put the Zoom and open the laptop and speak and do it. That's the
vibrations
action.
Flows.
But the vibrations, the love is then the emotion that works. So that's what we feel through the computer.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Wow, beautiful. So nice you explain, Sia. And this year, you know, it brings us to, to call you for the explaining all those instruments in our subtle system. How about that? One of the topic will be with you that you will be.
Actually, I share one last thought and then let you go, because we have Uncle Subramaniam there. The fascination of every raga is built like this, that you first start without rhythm and you start to go deeper. You hit the lower notes, but not too low. Then you decorate and all that. Then you go up and then you go all the way to the high sa. So it's the same with every tree. You go first the roots, then it grows. And it's the same with the Kundalini. First you have to go down to Muladhara and then you go up, right?
Wow.
So that's the first thing. But through the rag, at one point, you start having rhythm. And maybe I was thinking, maybe that's when you hit the heart. That's when the rhythm starts, right? The tabla. That's why we say tabla is the heart.
Yes.
It's connected to that. So maybe at that point, that's when this tabla starts. And then it gets faster and faster until in the end, it ends with a tihai. And the tihai means a phrase that is repeated 3 times. Boom, finished, right? And everyone's in ecstasy and claps.
Yes.
And the T high, isn't that just like our, our bandhan, our tying the Kundalini 3 times, the 3 channels where they get together. Anyway, that was the latest. But maybe Uncle Subramaniam can explain it much better.
I feel really these goosebumps when you talk about this. Something is
about
really
the raga, right?
Yeah. Something is there.
So that really brings us to see the divinity in each thing, right? In the notes, in the instruments. But when we play or when we sing from the heart, I guess, when we sing and when we write from the spirit and from the self, I think that is when we touch, or the musician or the artist touch into divinity, and they can reflect this divine vibrations, or the power, or the love and the joy. And this is amazing. I hope I could be able to explain, because you see that divinity in the instrument, and you see that divine in the music note that we enjoy, but as musician, as artists, you are able to relate it with this all the subtle system and with the divine power. And
and at the same time you have no control if what you create has vibrations or not, right, Nira?
Yes.
You have no control. You can't switch it on and off. That's the blessing. All you can do is humbly ask Shri Mataji that it does have vibrations, but you have no control.
And you cannot predict it will work or not.
And sometimes you're not even in balance and people can feel the vibrations. And sometimes
That's
I
a
don't
miracle.
know. So sometimes you can even be an instrument, and Shri Mataji is using you as an instrument, and you're not actually okay on some other level. I noticed that too. Maybe somebody picks up on it. I don't know. You can check my face. But I think maybe you agree with that, Nira. I don't know how you feel about that. But as an artist, I noticed that over the years, I mean, the journey is a long one to really discover what is my role, what's my purpose, how can I help, how can I fit in, how can I, what am I doing, what am I doing, what makes me also extremely satisfied. And I think recently these programs, they really felt like, and that's why I always say yes, because I feel I'm honored and humbled that if you ask, it's my duty to come and be there. But I hope that I can somewhat be an instrument, right? That's what we pray for. I hope that what I produce, I hope it has vibrations. I hope that the skill I learned, Shri Mataji wants to use me. So I want Shri Mataji to use me the best I can be, to carry something that she knows she needs me for just that, because maybe I can do that, you can do that, to convey something. And that's, I think that was an eye-opener recently. So the ego part of an artist is a big one, right? It's a tough one, finding myself, who am I? But if you take that to the side for a minute and think, how can I help the collective? How can I don't know, be useful, right? As an instrument. We're back to the instrument. How can I be the instrument?
Yeah.
And that gives us actually more joy than satisfying the ego.
So now we can do this like in raga, three this endings. So we can say Jai Shri Mataji 3 times. Good night, everyone. Good night. Is going to sleep. Have a nice day. Who is going to work?
Yes.
And Jai Shri Mataji, see you again,
Jai
hopefully.
Shri Mataji, see you. Have a great day.
Thank you so much, Nira and Sia, for joining to our program. It was so joy-giving to have you both, and I really thank you so much for your time, for all your effort, for your joy, and bringing so much vibrations, and with your experience and with the knowledge of the divine, and we really appreciate it. And I believe everyone enjoyed today with your presence. And yeah, thank you so much. Please take care. Lots of love to you, both of you, and your families. Have a good night, Sia, and have a wonderful day, Nira. And see you soon to both.
See you soon in a month.
Homeworks for everyone, okay? Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Jai Shri Mataji.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, my dears, thank you so much again. I know it's 11:30 over here, but we're in Europe time. I think it is maybe 8:30 or 9:30, I guess. But thank you so much, whoever is watching still with being with us, and we really appreciate it for your time. And without you, this program doesn't work. And your presence, your enlightened attention, your desire always help us to be together, and that we always feel joy in our heart and the vibrations. And I really thank you all so much. Have a wonderful night and have a good day wherever you all are. Lots of love to you. Jai Shri Mataji. Bye everyone.